I've heard a lot of great things about Coros smartwatches, awesome battery life, competitive features, and great alternatives to Garmin smartwatches. But does their flagship model, the Coros Vertix 2, hold up when push comes to shove? I've been using the Coros Vertix 2 for the last 2 months, including during dozens of different activities, to see whether it can perform as a go-to watch for an outdoor active lifestyle. Let's start off by talking about some of the good things about the watch. First off, the screen. It uses a 1.4-inch diameter touchscreen, and while the touchscreen may not be for everyone, it has some very useful features that we're going to get to a little bit later. It's also a relatively lightweight watch for how big it is. The watch has great navigation capabilities. I love being able to navigate from a watch. It's much easier to just be able to look at your wrist instead of having to pull out your phone. And the Vertix 2 comes with built-in topo and landscape maps for whichever region you buy it in, and you can load routes up onto the watch and then follow those and navigate through the backcountry. I found it very easy to load routes up onto the watch. I can just export routes from Gaia GPS, which is my go-to navigation app, right into the Coros app and then load those onto the watch. Apparently it's a bit more finicky in order to load routes onto the watch if you're using an iPhone. Battery life has been touted as a really big benefit of Coros watches, and the Vertix 2 is advertised as having 140 hours of battery life with GPS turned on and tracking, and then 60 days of battery life with standard use. My experience in real world conditions, I got 34 days of battery life, and that included 20 different activities, including hikes, skiing, gym sessions, and runs. We already talked about the GPS sensors that the watch has. It also has heart rate sensors and blood oxygen on the back here. And I've tested it against a bunch of other Garmin watches as well as using it with a chest strap. And it's been as accurate as can be expected for a smartwatch. The watch has removable bands, so you can just snap them off and then replace them if you want a different color. As well, it uses a pretty standard charging system, similar to Garmin watches if you're familiar with those. The first negative with the watch is the price. It costs $700, which isn't crazy for a top-of-the-line flagship watch like the Vertix 2, but is quite a bit more expensive than some of the other options out there. An issue that I've had with the watch has to do with the dial. So there's a dial on the side here, and that's used to navigate around the different watch features, and it's also used to start activities. And I found that while I'm wearing it, especially with gloves or when bending my wrist a lot, it'll accidentally start activities all the time. When I'm carrying up groceries from my car, my wrist is bent a little bit and it'll start an activity just walking up the stairs. A couple of features that Coros has advertised as being benefits of this watch that I've had a lot of troubles with are its camera control and music. It's advertised as being able to control Insta360s and GoPros, and after a lot of troubleshooting and talking with customer support, I haven't been able to get that to work on the watch. So keep that in mind if you're looking to buy the watch with using it for controlling your GoPro or Insta360. As well, the music on the watch is essentially useless. You have to load MP3s up onto the watch in order to listen to music through it, and I don't really know anyone who has a library of MP3s anymore. I really like the Garmin system where you can sync it to Spotify. I also have a few issues with the mapping for the watch. So there's no trail names or lake names or names of any features on the maps when you're looking at it. It does have all the trails and topo lines and everything on there, but not having the names is a bit of a pain in the butt. Another issue that I have is that there's no mapping capability when you have an activity running but don't have a route loaded. And that's a little bit annoying if you're just kind of like going out and going for a hike and not necessarily knowing where you're going. It's still nice to be able to look at your watch and see where the trails are, what the topo lines are doing and everything like that. And you can't do that unless there's a route running on the watch. And finally, for mapping, anytime you bring the watch up from your side to look at it for navigation, it spins a little bit in order to orient itself. And that's a bit of a pain. It just takes an extra couple seconds before you can actually get useful information off of the map. A gripe that I have that may not be an issue for a lot of people is if you're using the watch at the gym, Garmin watches have auto rep counting, so it starts and finishes your set based on tracking the movement of your arm. With the Vertix 2, you don't have that automatic rep counting, so you have to manually start and finish each set, which actually adds up and becomes a bit annoying when you're at the gym. Check out that video right up there for all of my favorite electronics for backpacking. There's some really cool gizmos and gadgets out there, which makes life on trail a lot easier.